Today I have the first impact of 405 on Iranian car industry, and that is Peugeot Pars.
ترمز الکترونیکی پیشرفته ABS با قابلیت فرمانپذیری و پایداری خودرو در هنگام ترمزهای شدید. هشدار دهنده دنده عقب. صندلی‌های برقی با قابلیت حرکت در 6 جهت با امکانات ویژه. گرم کننده در زمستان، خنک کننده در تابستان، تقسیم کننده گودی پشتی صندلی، هشدار دهنده گویا با رمز 10 رقمی ضد سرقت خودرو، سیستم صوتی جدید با قابلیت پخش لوح فشرده، آینه‌های جدید مجهز به گرم کن.
Pars, Persia or Sapphire. These were some of the early name options, but eventually they decided to call it Pars. Alright, let me walk you through this car. Pars originally proposed by Peugeot as a facelift for the Peugeot 405. The car ended up looking so similar to the Peugeot 406. IKCO accepted the design, but not as a facelift. Instead, they launched it as an independent car. Pars is a mid-size sedan, and for the past 25 to 26 years, basically for as long as I can remember, it has looked almost the same. Oh wait, I forgot. About 2 years ago they added daylights. That's pretty much the only exterior update. The 405 and Pars share a lot of similarities, but Pars has a sportier personality. Deeper, more detailed sidelines, narrower front and rear lights, and the side steps below the doors reduce the distance between the body and the ground. All of this makes Pars visually more appealing to younger buyers. Pars comes with different engines. One of the engines is XU7, which I have already spoken about it, and the other engine is a TU5 engine. Pars comes with different engines. One of them is the XU7, which I've talked about before. Another option is the TU5, also a French engine from the TU family. As you know, the XU7 is a 1.7-liter engine, while the TU5 is a 1.6-liter engine. The TU5 has 16 valves and uses DOHC or dual overhead camshaft technology. Just like the XU7, IKCO updated the TU5 and created the TU5 Plus. By doing this, they increased the horsepower from 105 to 113. On the TU5 Plus, the oil pump was replaced with a variable flow type, which is a more advanced system. This pump adjusts the oil flow rate according to temperature and engine speed. The TU5 Plus also uses CVVT or continuous variable valve timing. All these changes were made to improve fuel consumption and reduce emissions. Okay, let's drive the car and see what it has inside. Alright, let's drive the car and see what it's like inside. I found a 2021 Peugeot Pars with around 60,000 kilometers on the odometer. The moment I sat in the car, I realized the seat had an issue. I couldn't push it back fully and I wasn't able to sit comfortably behind the wheel. The dashboard of the Pars is almost identical to the 405's dashboard. On the Pars, you get media control buttons on the steering wheel, and the controls for adjusting the side mirrors are located on the upper part of the door. Other differences include the automatic climate control, which has replaced the old rotary knobs from the 405, and a new trim pattern on the door panels. Overall, IKCO has clearly tried to make the car look more presentable and feel more pleasant to drive with. I asked the owner to drive the car himself because I was not comfortable turning the steering wheel. Some specific trims of the Peugeot Pars come with a multimedia screen instead of the CD player. There is also a version of the car with an automatic gearbox. However, that model wasn't very successful. In some variants, the driver's seat can be adjusted with a small electronic button next to the seat. Let's talk about the quality of the materials used in the cabin. Most of the materials are hard plastics. To give you a more clear idea, if we presume that Korean cars are above average in terms of interior quality, then the materials in these cars fall slightly below average. IKCO used to export Peugeot Pars to Iraq. Over time, Iraq became a very special market for both the car and the company. Years ago, IKCO built an assembly plant in Al-Iskandariya or Alexandria in Iraq. According to the company's own statements, this site has a design capacity of up to 30,000 vehicles per year. When Peugeot Pars production slowed down in Iran, IKCO started assembling the car in Iraq. The car was launched under a new local name, Babel, which is the Arabic name of Babylon. The same 405-based sedan, same familiar shape, but a different badge and a new identity on Iraqi roads. Pars has been assembled there alongside other IKCO models for quite some time. The price of Babel in Iraq is around $10,000.